and we're going to start off making an atria or stirrup out of webbing. We like to have about a 20-foot piece. We're going to start this knot with a frost knot. We're going to overlap it. We're going to be, what would you say, extra, what would you say? We're going to put an extra amount in here, make it 8 to 12 inches long, and then we're going to tie an overhand in this case. Notice how I've only got one of them going the full length of it. We're going to make a loop with that so that we can see both tails. That's real important. If you don't see both tails, there's a potential problem. In this case, I can see a tail here and I can see a tail here. So we know the knot is properly tied as long as they go through the overhand. Now what we've done is we've created a loop to hook into the carabiner at the anchor point. Now from there, we're going to set this knot pretty tight so it doesn't come undone. Now we're going to go down, we're going to create a step. Say we want to come down about a foot, and then we're going to bring this up and make it enough to get our foot in there. Approximately, that'd get a foot in there. If you have a big boot on, you want to make it a little longer. And now what we're going to do is tie another overhand. Now what's nifty about this, it can be used for a little ladder in caves, it can be used for even a little ladder around the house if you want to. Now a flexible ladder is a little different to work with, so if you use it that way you want to be careful because they move around. But you notice now we've made a place to hook in right up here. We've got the tail of that knot here. We've got a place to put a foot here. Now we're going to make another step. But instead of put on the same side, we're going to make this a right, left type climb. And we're going to come up here, we're going to make another footstep here. We're going to tie another overhand right about here. Just use the whole thing and pull it right through that overhand, then we'll tighten it down to create the step. Now if you look at it, we have a left one, we have a right one, and we can again go down here, we can make another step. So it'll be right, left, all the way up it. And so we've just created a pair of atrias or stirrups. And in this case, we have one piece here, and I've left just a little loop at the bottom because it's a little short. So we've got our 3 steps, and I could actually add, if you want to, I could clip another stirrup in right here and continue adding to make this longer. See, if we clip that together with the carabiner, it won't make these come close, so we'll have a good step to put our foot into right here. Or use as a handhold, who knows?
Okay, let's go again.
The frost knot. First of all, check your webbing. Always inspect it before you use it. We can see it's fresh, we know the length of it. Now we usually use a 20-foot piece, and we're going to overlap it after we get done to tie this frost knot. Notice what we're doing right here is just making sure that it all lays flat so that when we get done we don't have lots of twists in it. Now we've got all the twists out of it. We're going to pull up probably about 8 inches or so, maybe 10, and lay over the other piece. We're going to create an overhand knot with a bite. One of them won't have a loop in it. It's kind of a little bigger because it actually has 3 pieces of webbing going through it. But this gives us a loop to tie into and helps us create our atria or stirrup. Now if you can't see the other tail sticking out, you need to get some extra because one part of it hasn't come through and it may be dangerous. And you can see by my thumb, you can see the other tail sticking out there. This is called a frost knot. Now to finish tying these atrias or stirrups, we're going to have to pull up some extra rope, or extra webbing in this case, and create a foot loop. If we're using small technical boots, this loop doesn't have to be big. But if we happen to be using a winter mountaineering boot or something, we'll have to make this bigger so we can get our foot in there easily. Now we'll just tie this off with an overhand knot and secure that down, dress it up. Then on the opposite side we'll create another loop just like that so that we climb up at left, right, and so on. And the way this works out here, you can see we're kind of dressing it and switching the knot around to get it to lay smooth. We make the size to fit our boots again right here, and now we're going to hold it and do another overhand to secure this one. We just pull this back through the overhand knot that we've created here, secure it up, and then make sure our distances are right. Make sure we have enough slack on the one side for the boot to fit in. Make sure the distance from one step to the next is not too far or too short.